Alrighty, everyone, welcome to my streaming casting thingamajigger. It is I, Pyrotechnics, and I got back from this last weekend at Lanfest. Oh, holy shit, my microphone is, well, it's on. My sound is kind of fucked up right now. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I hope that's better. If this really blows, yeah, no, I can tell my mic is hearable right now. I'm adjusting it. I have to adjust these things. I'm sorry, I haven't done this in some time. Anyways, yeah, once again, this is Pyrotechnics. I am doing a regular stream for the first time. It is 8 p.m. Pacific, a few minutes past, but I'm doing my best to keep a regular schedule so I can possibly get more viewers like you. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a cast of, well, first, before I go, let me just say I had an awesome time at Lanfest. Let me get to my face. I want to get to my face. I had such an amazing time. I went to this place, and I went to Cal Poly Pomona for Lanfest that was put on by Intel and SoCal Esports with the help of a bunch of cool sponsors like MSI, Thermal Take Esports. I think Gigabyte was there. They put on this epic cool show called the MSI SoCal Showdown. It was an epic tournament. I got to cast a couple games. I mean, I played the tournament too, and I sucked at it. Lost like first round. But it was such an awesomely cool tournament. I met so many cool people. I had an amazing time. It was such a long drive from San Diego, but it was so worth it. Oh my god. And one of the guys I met, Apophis, he has requested that I cast a couple of his games. So I'm going to do that. I am getting into the game right now. And boom! There we go. Welcome to Neoplanet S with Poptart versus Apophis. And here we go. Spawning up in the top right corner. It is everybody's favorite pink Terran player. And I can't scroll down for some reason. That sucks. Oh well. Can't scroll. Doesn't matter. And it is, in fact, Poptart. Everybody's favorite childhood snack. And Apophis, the Yellow Zerg, spawning in the bottom right. It'll be interesting to see what both these players do. This is actually from the tournament, by the way. This is a few days old, but it will be a good game. I do not know the outcome exactly, and we will see how it goes. Poptart, a very good player. I ended up playing him, actually, at some stage in the tournament. This was actually another stage in the tournament. I don't exactly know when. Needless to say, Poptart kicked my ass. But here's how we are getting through this map. Right now, we see a Overlord hauling his ass very slowly up to the scouting position as Poptart, the Terran player, is beginning his eventual typical wall-off. A lot of standard, very basic play going on right now. Apophis right now, and I should probably head straight to the supply, there we go, is looking like he is waiting. He's not going with any super early aggression, trying to open a very safe ZVT build. He will probably be getting either a spawning pool or a hatch first up here in this little natural location. What is he building right now? He's still droning up. He is playing himself a serious game of drones, and that joke I will milk until it is not funny in approximately 48 hours. Apophis does go in with his drone, manages to get through the wall and see what the Terran player is going, notices that there is in fact not two gases, that this is a very standard bio play that he is going to see out of Poptart so he can prepare accordingly. And now he finally throws down his pool at 15, a little bit late, so he's probably going to be going to try to go for possibly some speedling aggression, maybe into Banes, break through this wall. Is Poptart going to lose that SCV? No, he is not, because he is able to get out there in time, and that, of course, is being blocked. The drone is not able to get in and do any more damage, but a nice little annoying harass that forces your opponent to stand his toes. And I think my graphics are a little too high right now. I'm going to adjust them. Sorry about this. I need to go to medium. There we go. This should be a little bit quicker. Okay, and Apophis decides to go right on back home while his other drone is heading straight to his natural and building up a hatchery at 14 supply once again. And he starts to take one gas. What's he going to do with this? Probably go, I'm going to guess, just into speedling play. He's not researching anything right now at this moment that would give him give those lings some wings, but he is going to be heading straight back to his base with a drone, and Poptart sees what's going on. He saw that hatch in the base. He saw that this extractor is up right now and that 2 drones are being pulled off. All 3 drones are being pulled off to mine it, but I think Poptart might have missed that. But nevertheless, he knows it is now safe to expand as there are no lings out on the field, even though there could be anytime soon. He is in a decent position to be building up his second command center. And of course, Apophis is seeing this just outside of range, just outside of mine. He knows that there's probably something going down here. Might have missed it on the way out, but I think he has in fact seen it. So both players expanding right now. Apophis is a little bit ahead, but of course the Zerg player has to be. And looks like just for some static defense, a bunker is going down in Poptart's main right next to his eventual command center. What else are we going to see? Apophis is almost done with his... Oh my goodness, that SCV is still in there, and seeing the Roach Horn going down, that is not good. The element of surprise is going to be lost if there is going to be for some kind of Roach play here from Apophis' side of the field. So Apophis, who is still currently only producing drones, now that his Roach Horn is almost done, will he switch over into that? Who knows? We'll see what happens. But right now, this command center is upgrading itself directly into an orbital, so a lot of mule and scan play that Poptar's anticipating while he builds a factory, probably for some Hellions, some early nice harassment, well, not that early, but some nice harassing moves that he's going to be able to do with those, especially if Apophis doesn't have any units. If he gets up roaches to try and counter that, he's going to need to be able to get his front nice and sealed off so any potential Hellions don't come in there, but we, of course, might see something else. Now with HOTS, we see a very popular mine play coming out. I know when I played Poptart, he was very fond of a lot of heavy mech and mines. So what he will build, we will see. Right now, let's take a look at the unit count for both players. Speed finally being researched for the Lings, and of course, there's concussive shells with a couple Marauders coming out, and an armory on Poptart's side of the field. So he is going straight for some vehicle tech. What will he be building? Well, first a reactor. I'm not going to be surprised if he starts pumping out a massive amount of Hellions and or Widow Mines, which he may eventually drop with the things coming out of the starport. But back on Apophis' side, I said I was going to go over to unit count. Now, didn't I? I'm really still bad at trying to figure out... What is it? Army supply? There we go. Oh, I love that. So worker supply 32 to 28 in Apophis' favor, but it's really not that big a difference right now, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. He is, in fact, taking a third at 36. 7 minutes into the game, a very good time for his third base. A little bit late, but not really too bad because of this lack of aggression. And, of course, we do see Widow Mines being produced by the factory. They're probably going to form a nice little defense against any aggression, along with these supply depots and these half-full bunkers. You know, Poptart is just preparing to kind of turtle, but reasonably well. He's not doing anything that is really going to be unexpected. And I think Poptart really likes this kind of delayed, passive-aggressive, Widow Mine all over the place kind of static defense. He is, in fact, putting them right there just a little bit outside, so we will have some some warning if these Lings do come by, and they are going to do a run-by. They are just testing the waters, but those Widow Mines are going to nuke all of those Lings down. That is unfortunate. And if we go to the Units Lost tab, yeah, it is too bad. Apophis lost a few of those units. He is, in fact, a little bit oversaturated on his gas base. He is not watching this. He's got to be a little bit careful if he's going to be doing something gas heavy. He does have the rest of his bases well saturated, and he goes for a Spire, so hopefully he works these 2 gases out. He needs to be gassing up on his third as well if he wants to have a large amount of Mutalisks coming out to do some harassment. But of course, those Widow Mines are a little bit far away. Now, are they going to be able to get back in time when those eventual things come out? Oh, we see Hellbats being produced. Okay, this is going to be interesting. And another command center for a third expansion coming down. Ooh, and Apophis is really careful not to lose that Overlord. Still able to see what's going on in the base. What else is in production? We see a Baneling Nest at the same time as the Spire, so a bit of a gutsy move that he's trying to build 2 things at once and being able to tech. It's a bit late for a Baneling Nest. A Baneling Bust probably would have already happened at this point, but he can still, of course, do it. Spines and Spores going down to try and defend against any crazy aggression, Hellbats, things popping out at him. but he's only doing it. Well, you know, he's doing a couple more spines and spores inside of his main base. His third base doesn't have much, and that's where the drop is going to come, but they are going to, of course, run away. These Hellbat drops, just so absolutely devastating to Zerg lately. Such a popular new move. They are well defended, but that Queen is going to go down, and she is caught a bit out of position, and none of those Hellbats are going to go down. Oh my goodness, his Evolution Chamber is taking so much damage, and Apophis does not have enough units to deal with this kind of aggression, this kind of ridiculous harassment, and he is going to lose that Evo Chamber. Hopefully he cancels his upgrades in time. Oh no, if he doesn't do it, he's going to lose everything there, and those Hellbats are just grinning as they're able to take out that upgrade building, and that one Roach, as heroic as it is not going to be able to do that much, even with these two backing it up. 4 of them coming out, and okay, getting a little bit hot for Poptart, who runs away with those two medevacs and those Hellbats, but he is in no worse for the wear. Those, oh my goodness, it looks like now he is in a bit of trouble. Is that flyby going to be enough? I do not know. It looks like those medevacs are going to get taken down just barely, unless he can out-micro him right now. And 1 goes down, 2 go down. Okay, excellent work. And if you go to the unit's lost resource, that it looks like Apophis has managed to catch back up, even though he did in fact lose his chance at upgrades. Still 2 bases for Poptart. What is he building? Now that he sees the mutas out, he is getting a ton of missile turrets, almost overcompensating a little bit, but he's going to be able to shoot down those mutas nice and easy. And he, of course, salvages his 2 bunkers because he realizes that kind of thing is not really going to be necessary at this stage of the game. If we go over to the units... Oh, pardon me. That's the active forces. If we go to the army supply and worker supply, okay, let's take a look. Apophis is actually a little bit behind on workers. Even on 3 bases, he is a bit behind because not only did he pull some drones, I think he lost a few to the Hellbats. Not many, but he did manage to lose some of his units. But we'll see what happens. Let's go back into production. All these upgrades are going down right now for Poptart, who decides to get combat shield, vehicle plating, 1-1 armor for his bio ball, and, well, quite a few more things being produced. 1 carapace finally goes down. Again, now that he is a little bit behind. Infestation Pit, Apophis is going straight for high tech. He wants to get into that hive. And, of course, he is also taking a 4th base. Not a lot of units out in the field. He's been droning up like none other. And now, are we going to see some aggression out of Poptart? 4 medevacs, about 5 Widow Mines, and a decent-sized Bioforce. And, of course, this Overseer spots it. He knows that something is coming for him. But is Apophis going to be able to defend this? He's going to start building up a fair amount of his units. He has Roaches and Mutas on the way, but this is not going to be enough to deal with this aggression, especially with these Widow Mines who are just so good at taking out all of these squishy Zerg units. And, of course, we're going to see a Muta flyby. And if he gets lucky and gets in there just in time, taking out these SCVs right as they go there, oh, my goodness, Poptart has no idea what's going on, and those Mutas are going to see that just in time. Oh, my goodness, the bunkers and the missile turrets not even going to be up in time, and all of those SCVs, unless they get pulled, are going to go down. A lot of them are going to be taking heavy fire from those Mutas, and we are seeing a lot of losses right now on Poptart's side of the field, who finally marches his bio ball back just in time to not even pick off 1 Mutalisk. An excellently lucky but very good and foresight play at 14.5 minutes when that Poptart's 3rd expansion goes down. Although now Apophis is losing so much of his 3rd base while he is, oh my goodness, well, a sizable amount of the force that was still left on the field, not even being microed. Those 2 overlords are going to go down. Apophis did lose his entire 3rd base, even though his 4th is starting to get up and running, and he decides to do another Muta flyby. Okay, take out a couple of those Marines. I don't know if it's going to be a good trade for him, but if he's able to finish off these Marines, there is absolutely nothing to stop this entire force from continuing to take out that base. Well, but you know what? Poptart doesn't even care. He's just marching right up, getting ready. A set of Banelings is there. If they can get off in time into this Bioforce before these Widow Mines plant, and they are going to see, oh my goodness, are they going to get nuked down? Are they going to get nuked down? Yes, they will. Oh, so many of those Banes and Zerglings just get taken out by the Widow Mines. Excellent placement of them. Poptart is doing so well at this. But of course, right now they're a little bit far behind. And are they going to get taken out in time? Are we going to see a lot of these Bioforces taken out? We see the cooldown on the Widow Mines being pretty low right now. And they do get taken down thanks to that Overseer. A nice little cleanup for Apophis, who, despite losing his 3rd base, is in good shape. He's researching Baneling speed, so he's committing a little bit to this. And, of course, we see some upgrades. Drilling Claws for those Widow Mines, and Terran Ship Plating 2. And 2 upgrades going down, so a committed bio with these Mine forces are going down for Poptart, who is just marching out with his units. His third base is once again getting resaturated. Let's take a look at the player's income right now. I'm interested to see what happens. Apophis is a little bit ahead, but not nearly enough as a Zerg player should be. And he's not going to be able to do a whole lot of aggression with those mines that are going down at all of those at the third base of Poptart, unless he is able to get his huge force and fan them very well out. Now that he knows mine play is very committed, an oversaturation, unfortunately, at his natural expansion, and right now his second is going to be, or his third base is going to be moved right into. He pulls drones off it, completely giving up on everything there. He loses a larva inject's worth of productivity. One drone gets accidentally misclicked, misfired back, and that third base is taken down even while the other one is rebuilding. Poptart is doing an excellent job of keeping Apophis on 2 base, locking down that Zerg player with his Bioforce and these mines. And that queen don't want none of that, man. She is staying back right now. The force is moving out, and that queen caught a little bit out of position, a little bit slow, even on creep, and she gets fired down. These banelings, even though they are so fast, aren't going to be able to do much right now. A few of them rolling in to hopefully catch some of those. Oh, the Stim Marines are just too quickly, but a nice little baneling connect. A few of them do go down, even with the Widow Mines on cooldown right now. Oh, Apophis might be just a little bit too late to the party. He is losing a lot of his units to those mines. Yeah, and he's about 3,000 minerals, 2,800 minerals behind. He has no army forces, and he's still far oversaturated now that he has had to pull these drones. What is he going to do? Is he going to be able to keep these bases? If I were him, he has quite a lot of excess minerals right now. He could be spending them, expanding all the way over here, maybe over here. But what does he have in production? A lot more banelings, and he is getting 3 armors, 2 armors, forgive me for that, and he is unfortunately going to lose the second base. This is not looking good for him. If he loses it, there's not a lot he can do, even with the Ultra Cavern going down, and that does get fired down, even with the Widow Mines non-existent out. No, they are existent out there. I was not seeing them. Where are those Widow Mines? No, they are gone, in fact, but even so, not a lot of forces right now for Apophis to work with. And Poptart is just running the show right now. He has more bases than his Zerg counterpart. He is doing so well, and his supply is just so far up. It looks like, yep, there it is, the GG. Apophis heads out of game. Whew, that was a rough one, man. Oh, my goodness. But it was a good game. It was an excellent try. And you know what? We're going to get into game number 2 nice and quick. We're going to see what happens there as we get into game number 2 between Apophis and Poptart. So I'm downloading the game right now. We're going to load up the replay. Come on. Come on. Come on. Man, right now I could be watching Day 9 Daily. It is, in fact, Fun Day Monday. And I kind of want to be, but I did say I was going to cast this, and I'm going to try to have a regular show. So, yes, I am, in fact, watching. And I have my food going on in the background. So I better kind of hurry up with this. This is not a super long game, so I think I can handle it. There we go. I'm heading into game 2. Game number 2 between Apophis, the Zerg, and Poptart, the Terran, on Daybreak LE. So, spawning down in the bottom left corner, the yellow Zerg, it is Apophis, and up in the top right-hand corner, we have Poptart. I still can't scroll my mouse. I'm kind of sad about that. I can still do this, so I'm okay with that. I don't know why I can't scroll. Something screwy is going on. I think it's my mouse. I need to plug it back in sometime. But let's get into this game. Good luck. Good fun. Luck is good. Ooh-ah, ooh-ah, ooh-ah. Go Apophis. And Apophis is just droning up like normal. We see Poptart taking two of his SCVs, one of whom is scouting, and the other one is supply depoting to begin that eventual wall-off that all Terrans know and love. It looks like a very early scout, almost as if he suspects some cheese. We'll see if his instincts pay off right now. What's going on in production? Only drones, and of course, Apophis is also scouting early with his drone. What is this SCV doing? He is taking the long route. What does he expect? A hatch first in the corner? I don't know, man. Oh, he's building a proxy Rex! Oh my goodness! We are seeing a proxy Rex going down, and Apophis is going to have no idea this is here. Will we see some early Reaper harass out of him? That is going to be a lot of fun. That was very popular in Wings of Liberty, and, you know, I haven't seen a lot of it in HOTS, but it could still be a very viable strategy, especially if the Zerg player decides to macro up very early, does not have Ling speed very early. Reapers are hard to deal with, man. As a Zerg player, I know that. He sees the gas. Apophis knows there is gas. He knows that maybe if he's really astute and he can see this worker count, he can see that there's not a lot going down, there's not another barracks being built, so he's probably going to suspect some kind of proxy play. But where is it going to be? And in the meantime, this proxy Rax is almost done, heading straight to Apophis' natural with whatever he decides to produce out of it, and it is going to be some Reaper harass. Oh joy. Oh joy, the Zerg must be thinking right now, I have to deal with freaking Reapers. And he does put up a spawning pool, and he is gassing up, hopefully preparing for this while he hunts for that proxy Rax. A second one going down, 2 Rax all in proxy play with Reapers. So much goodness coming out of Poptart right now, and it'll be awesome to see how Apophis reacts to this. I hope he holds it off. I hate that Reaper harass. A little overzealous trying to get his gas up early, but when you're dealing with the Reapers, it's probably a good idea. So 1 Reaper already out. No second base being taken because it is just a dangerous thing. So right now, Zerglings and a Spine Crawler in production right back in the main. So that Reaper is going to be able to get a good few shots off. But those Lings are going to chase him away nice and easy. He will be able to kite very well, but he's not going to be able to do a lot of damage until that Spine is up, hopefully deterring those Reapers. 1 Ling goes down. And it looks like the hatchery is going to be built by Apophis at 20 supply. Meanwhile, an orbital command is going down. No expansion, so a very, very aggressive early play coming out of Poptart, but it looks like it might be foiled even though there are 2 Reapers. There are Lings to chase them off. The Spine does move up in order to be able to stop those Reapers, and the Queen comes out to say, nope, you aren't having any of my base right now. I don't think so. But she is taking a lot of damage, and if Apophis isn't careful, he is going to lose this Queen. Those 2 Reapers run away. They can start picking at the hatchery if they want, but they're going to run away. It looks like we are seeing even more Reapers being produced. Ling speed finally going down, and that hatchery is about halfway through at just about 5 minutes. So the Zerg player didn't really lose a lot of time in expanding. Let's take a look at the worker count right now. Whoops. Wrong tab. Sorry, guys. Looks like 16 to 14, very, very close. Although Poptart is coming back in with these Reapers, what is he going to do? The Queen sees them. There are 2 more Reapers, so a lot of Reapers out on the field right now, and the Queen is going to be lost if she's not super duper careful, but the Spine Crawler says, I don't want you to damage my Queen anymore. But they're just out of range, and those Reapers do take out the Queen. That is an unfortunate loss for Apophis. He is looking for blood right now with his Lings that are not quite speed Lings yet. They will be very shortly, but those Reapers are getting out of there. I don't know if they noticed Ling speed being researched, but it's about to go down, and it looks like it is almost up. It is seconds away. Ling speed just barely coming out right now. Those Lings now have wings, and it looks like Poptart is going to run away with his Reapers, even though he has so many of them. He keeps them up. Oh, my buddy Nick, he is saying hi, but I am going to have to talk to him in a little bit because I am in a stream right now. And, of course, those Speedlings doing a decent bit of damage, taking out 1 of those Reapers. 22 out of 24, very heavy saturation. He should probably be pulling, Apophis should probably be pulling some of his drones over to the second base. He is missing a few larvae injects, but right now he is more concerned with his micro. And of course, those 2 barracks lift off and decide to head back home while a full small wall off is accomplished. Now, if Apophis sees this and he says, there are only supply depots here, I could be going Baneling bust, and I'd be able to break down that wall nice and easy. If he sees it, well, he's going to be going. Even there are no units for Apophis. He's got SVs that can repair this, but my goodness, if he is, oh my God, there goes the Baneling nest. The bust, it's coming. Even though SCVs are being pulled out to repair right now, Poptart does not have any units to deal with this. He is just about to expand. He is in a bad position. His barracks are still floating back to his base. Apophis could have this game if he is able to get into this base and bust down the wall. Oh my goodness, that Baneling nest, it better get up hurrying soon. And oh my God, I wouldn't be surprised to see a whole bunch of Marines just coming right out of this. But there is nothing that Poptart can do, even on these 3 Raxes right now. Absolutely nothing he can do. Oh my goodness, they are repairing like crazy, those 6 SCVs. And of course, the Speedlings decide to run away for the time being. What will they do? They are, of course, going to turn into Banelings as soon as they can. And no, they're not actually. They're going to run around the base a little bit while a third is being taken for the Zerg player. It looks like Apophis knows he has a macro advantage right now, so he's not going to push his luck. He is still sitting very pretty. He does, in fact, build 8 of those Banes, but he builds them so far away. What is he thinking right now? He's going to just let the... is he going to let his opponent expand? We will see how it goes. But production, combat shield, and a lot of Marines starting to get cranked out very early, very nice. 1 Tech Lab and 2 reactors. Very typical, but the Banelings come to break down the wall, and all the Zerglings, not too many of them. Those do stream into the base. The SCVs being pulled off. Will the Banelings connect? Are they going to go straight for the SCVs? They are, and oh my goodness, he stopped microing! Poptart stopped microing! He lost so many of his SCVs! Oh my god. He is now down to 11 workers! Apophis has such good... Oh my god, he has such a good position right now. If he is able to press this advantage just barely, oh my goodness, Poptart's early aggression did not at all pay off right now. He was so low on units, he did not have a good wall, he lost some supply, he did not have any mining time up. He is still on 11 harvesters, and he's got no gas. He can't make any tech if he wants to. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Apophis who had no gas. Ha! My bad. Poptart has gas, but he has not enough minerals. He requires more minerals, and he cannot build anything. An interesting move by Poptart here. He chooses to take his orbital to complete part of the wall to prevent further Baneling aggression. It may not be enough, though. The sheer number of these Banelings, and of course the upgrades, just Speedling, well, if he gets centrifugal hooks, we'll see, but the hatchery is no time right now upgrading to a lair. It looks like Apophis is looking to finish this game now. He is out for blood. Those Marines are starting to move out, but those Banelings, man... Oh my goodness, those Banelings, if they can connect, all these Marines are going down very quickly. And, yep, Poptart says, ugh, and GG's. So what have we learned? Poptart decided to all-in, well, to get very, very all-in-y with his Reapers. It got scouted. Apophis did an excellent job on those scouts, and he was able to pick that off. He was able to then Baneling bust down that really weak wall that Poptart did have, and you know what? He stopped it. It was an excellent job. I'm trying to chat with my buddy right now. But yeah, it was such a great job, and we're going to get in game number 3 in a minute. Oh my goodness. I need to put my food on, guys. I'll be right back. Like, please, just enjoy some awesomeness. Enjoy the awesomeness that is my background thing. I will be right back, I promise, in like a minute. Oh, wow. Okay. So, I might have just made far too much rice for my own good. We'll see how that goes. But yeah. Watch on Twitch, man. I'm streaming right now. I gotta plug myself, I'm sorry. I'll get into the game, I promise. Apophis, I hope you enjoyed this so far, man. Your games have been awesome to cast. I cannot wait to see who wins this game, and we're going to get back into it, like, right the hell away. Here we go. The game number 3 on Acheron Waste. This is an awesome tournament that I was at. MSI SoCal Showdown. This was game number 3 between Poptart and Apophis. 1-1, tied all up, best of 3. And spawning in the bottom right on Acheron Waste, we have the Pink Terran, Poptart, and I still can't scroll, so I'll just go straight over here. Into the top left with the yellow Zerg, we have Apophis. And by the way, Apophis, at this tournament, he was wearing, and I love this so much, he was wearing a Carbot. You know, Carbot, the guy who makes StarCrafts. He was wearing a Carbot shirt. It had the Zergling, like the super cute Zergling that's like a dog. Oh my god, dude. I want one of those so bad. I will, and they're sold out all the time. I want one so bad. I just putting it out there. Someone get me a Christmas present early, please. Okay, so both players on Ackle Waste. I would, some early Zerg aggression might be in the works here. I'm kind of hoping, even though Apophis is still just droning up and being safe, and of course Poptart doing the very signature Terran thing of starting his wall off, he might have learned his lesson to not try and do any crazy proxy harassment play out of Apophis, and he might, to Apophis, he might just want to out macro him. So he is in fact building his barracks in the normal location this time. By the way, guys, in like 5 minutes, I'm gonna have to go and get my rice cooking again. I need to like do some things to it, so I will try to make this like really, really quick. I don't want to pause for too long. I'm gonna hurry up. But yeah, this is what happens when you have to cook food. I would just eat out all the time, but I'm not that. I'm trying to be healthier than that. Sorry. Anyways, it looks like Apophis is running around with his drone while all those SCVs just say, no, fuck you, I'm going to murder you so you can't see what we're doing. And in production, we just see that one barracks, and of course, a hatch first build coming out of Apophis, who is getting a very macro-intensive game going right now at 15 supply, now that he has not pumped out a queen, just 2 more drones? Okay. I guess he doesn't suspect too much aggression, although we see 2 SCVs coming out, one of which for scouting. This is something Poptart likes doing very much while he runs back and forth waiting to build his second command center at its eventual location. That Overlord looks like it may have missed the SCV, but it may not have, so he knows that there's some scouting coming in. Apophis is finally dropping his spawning pool at 14 and 1 gas, so we might see some speedlink play coming out of this, and maybe a roach all-in if that third base is in fact taken within the next 2 or 3 minutes. Wall off not being completed because, of course, Poptart knows there's not a lot of early aggression, or rather, I think he just suspects it, and he's actually quite right now, since there was, in fact, a hatch going down first. Poptart is... I don't know if he saw that. I'm not sure if he saw the hatch going down, which may not be good for him. He might think, oh, maybe Apophis has just got a late pool. Okay, well, if he goes in and scouts this, I'd be really surprised if he misses it. There we go. Now he sees that there is in fact a hatch that looks like it was probably completed first, so he knows that he's not going to expect any really early aggression right at this exact moment in time. And Poptart takes 2 early gases, so while he's bunkering and taking the second expansion, what is he going to do here? It'll be very interesting to see this, what exactly goes down, and oh my god, my rice smells so good right now. I want it. I want to eat it so much, but it's going to take like 45 more minutes to cook. Why didn't I start my rice earlier? I'm such a derp. Ugh. Lack of micro right now on these SCVs. He was in fact waiting for a minute to put on a factory. He's probably going to be going straight for his typical Widow Mine strategy that we know that Poptart loves to employ. A lot of gas, though. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some very early tech coming out. Maybe, I don't know, man. Some Banshee play? That'd be kind of cool to see. But a Baneling Nest is going down for Apophis, who is going to try his strategy that worked last time to run in and explode all over everything. Speed being researched for these lings, even though no units are being produced just yet. He does not need them. He knows that there was an early expansion going down for Poptart, and therefore he can expect no aggression right now for the next few minutes. But a factory is almost completed on a Poptart side of the field, who is taking no chances and walling up like a mofo. Oh my goodness, the swap, it goes down. We will probably see Twin Hellions or Widow Mines anytime now. And it is 2 Widow Mines. Okay, in fact, the drones get pulled off for Apophis, who is doing very well, learned from his mistakes of previous games while he throws down a Roach Warren. Interesting that he's going for Roaches and Banelings. This will kind of be an interesting strategy. I want to see what he does. He does, of course, have 2 gases in his main, none in his natural, but he's not taking a third base. You'd think the Zerg player would want to be taking a third base around this time if he's playing a heavy macro game, considering the hatch first build, but no, he's playing Spores and Spines, expecting a drop, expecting something crazy to happen in the next few minutes. Did he, in fact, see that factory cranking the Widow Mines out, and they are going to move out? One of them plants itself at its base at the natural of Poptart, another one plants itself right there. A very, very quick one going down, and I'm going to have to step away from just a minute of this game to tend to my rice, so I apologize for that sincerely. I will leave you on the pause screen with my awesome little thing. I play music for you, but I don't want to get sued, and I don't have any like indie music that they don't really care if I play, or anything that I made, so yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Please enjoy. Oh my goodness, I apologize for the delay. Sorry. Yeah, I really shouldn't try to stream while I cook. But we're back into the game. And 2 more barracks are going down right now for Poptart. Lots of lings, and of course, all the spine crawlers, and are in production just finishing up for Apophis. Let's take a look at his unit count and the composition right now. We have 2 Widow Mines and 3 Marines to 11 Zerglings. I like that. Let's see what's going on right now with the worker supply. It is actually pretty dead even. I mean, 2 base play. This has got to be some kind of all-in coming out of Apophis. Otherwise, he's just going to fall way behind. He scouts in with the Zerglings and spends the Widow Mines. An excellent maneuver to keep them on cooldown, even though that bunker is there and is going to do a lot of damage to those lings. That Widow Mine was damaged, but it was only while it was up in those. Oh my goodness, a lot of excellent micro going on right now. The lings are not going to be able to do a whole lot, and the Widow Mines are going to cool down just in time. Oh my goodness, and Hellbats are coming out as well. Those lings will get very much melted, and if they don't get out of range, they're going to get Widow Mined. A lot of lings on the field right now. This may not pay off for Apophis, who looks like he's getting ready to do a Hellbat drop of all things, while his Widow Mines defend his base. Banelings in production, but if they run over this Widow Mine, they will just completely splat on nothing, while more bunkers are being filled right now, and of course, lings to spend the Widow Mine assault. They're trying to bait a few more of them that see the Hellbats. They know what's going on. Are these Banes going to be able to connect with the slow-moving Hellbats? They are, even though they won't do as much damage. They are still very, very, very deadly. And it looks like probably not the best of trades, but it may very much delay that drop. That looks like Apophis was clearly expecting. A hatchery finally starts mutating into a lair, and back in production, we see Stim being researched on Poptart's side of the field. Not a lot going down for Apophis. He's got a small-sized army. He sees that medevac going out. He does not actually need to do a whole lot because he has a very good defense against any kind of drop play right now. He's got a queen, he's got a spore and 2 spines. Pretty standard play. Only 1 spine here, actually, so this may be a bit of a danger, and some of the buildings might get taken out. The lings are all the way on their way back to the base. They realize they can't really do much good here. Unfortunately, Poptart is going to be able to expand. He is ahead of his opponent right now because, remember, Zerg absolutely needs to be ahead of... Wait, what happened to my sound? Oh my goodness, I turned sound off. Oh, guys, I'm a derp. Yeah. And it looks like Poptart is going to be able to clean all of those lings up, roasting them alive. Toasted lings. And only 1 Hellbat gets taken down for all of those lings. So right now, it looks like Apophis is in worse shape. Of course, his 3rd base has been scouted, and he's probably just going to get fired on right now by this lone Hellbat. But nothing but lings are in production right now. Nothing is going on. Aspire finally starts going down in 2 evolution chambers, but with only ling tech, I mean... There is a Roach Warren. I'm not sure why Apophis isn't building roaches to deal with this and getting speed. There's nothing he's going to be able to do, even against a single Hellbat, as long as there's halfway decent micro out on the field. And of course, we see more Hellbats and another medevac being built to do a lot more harassment and move out across the map and gain control, which he clearly is going to be able to have with between that and his Widow Mines. And it looks like the command center upgrading to an orbital before it eventually drops down into its 3rd. The worker count right now for both players, Poptart is pulled far ahead. He has been building so many of his SCVs while the drone count has not been increasing at all for Apophis. Apophis is in a tough situation right here now. It'll be interesting to see if he's able to come back from this. Only Speedlings available on the field, an Overseer so he can actually spot those Widow Mines. But with this small force and this unit composition, I don't see how he's going to be able to stop this. Even if he catches some of these guys out of position, the Lings are just getting roasted alive as they do a run-by. Not so good. Widow Mines are popping down. Apophis is in trouble. He is low on supply. He is low on a lot of things, frankly. And this Bio Ball is going to be able to do a lot of damage even while these drones are being pulled off. They are going to get roasted alive. And this is not looking good. I wouldn't be surprised if a GG comes in right now. But Apophis is braver than that. He is going to march in with his lings and hope to connect. He does take out a decent number of units, but it is mostly the higher HP Hellbats who are just not nearly as weak to the Baneling damage. And right now Apophis is supply blocked as well. He has very few drones, and there goes the GG. It is in fact game over. 2-1. Poptart wins this game. Apophis submitting to me one of the a very rough matchup, but he did very well to hold the line. he unfortunately overcommitted in this game to Lings and Banes when the tech was just clearly against him. He was not able to harass like he needed to do. He built 2 bases and did not expand early and did not do an effective all-in, but it was a very excellent try, very, very well done nonetheless, and I say to you, good sir, I will give you a smash of the GG button. In fact, I'll give you one more just because these were an excellent 3 games. Alright, and before you get really annoyed at that, I'm probably going to be heading off. I need to be cooking my rice a lot right now, so I'm going to head off. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, this is me, Pyrotechnics, signing off for tonight. It is 8:48, so that's a nice little 30-40 minute cast. I liked it. Okay, excellent. And good night, everybody. GG, GLHF. Oh. Yeah.